So what's good, everyone? Now, I am going to teach you a lot about Sidestep 2. Now, Sidestep 2 is a move that is way better in this game than 7. Because if you recall, in 7, down 3 plus 4 was stomped. Now it's forward 3, 3 plus 4, right? In this game, what I see a lot of people do is this. I see them do Sidestep 2, down 1 plus 2, right? Which, okay, that's good. Or Sidestep 2, FF 3 plus 4, which is the correct thing to do because technically, if you do it fast enough, it's actually a combo. So you see how it says 3 hits? So Sidestep 2, FF 3 plus 4 is actually a combo if done correctly, right? I even see people do like Sidestep 2 like shoulder or something like that. These are all fair enough options. You have to understand that you are leaving a heck of a lot of damage on the table. Sidestep 2, 4, 3, 3 plus 4. If your opponent tries to back roll, all of that will hit them. You see what I mean? So actually, this is the better option. Because, look, when you do Sidestep 2, your opponent is face down, head towards, which means their get-up options are limited, and they're much slower. So if you do forward 3, 3 plus 4, and your opponent attempts to stand up, doing the forward 3, 3 plus 4 into Sen 1 will hit them, right? Similarly, if you do Sidestep 2, forward 3, 3 plus 4, 1 plus 2 is a bit too slow, it will flip them over. That's the option I personally prefer. The reason why I prefer this option is because I can do this. Because you get that little pancake flip, right? The 1 plus 2 flips them over and gives you this situation where you can keep flipping them over with Den 2. So look, you do Sen 1, it'll knock them full screen, right? If you do Sen 1 plus 2, it'll flip them over and you get to mix them up with Den 2. See what I'm saying? So that option's actually very, very good. You might be wondering, because, you know, this is how people always like try to like poke holes in the tech. Oh, but can't you just mash? No, you can't. This is the thing. People say, oh, can't you just press a button? Okay, wake up mid-kick. You get counter hit. So no, you can't do that. Wake up low kick. No, you get counter hit. So no, you can't just get up kick. Not that you can spring kick from this position, but let's say you, for some godforsaken reason, you do that. You get counter it. So no, you can't mash in that situation, because if you mash, you will get counter hit by the Den 3 plus 4, and Sen 1's guaranteed. So Sidestep 2, oopsie, oh, I'm in heat. Sidestep 2 into the stomp, that's actually a guaranteed situation. The reason I said I like the 1 plus 2, right, is because I can go for the Den 2. And if my opponent mashes here, they will get counter it as they're standing up. See what I'm saying? You can also choose to mix them up, like with the Den 3 as they get up, so you're plus into whatever you want. See what I'm saying? So that's why this setup is so good. Similarly, you might be wondering, well, what happens if my opponent just chooses to stay down, right? What if my opponent chooses to stay down? Just stay down. Okay, well, that's still bad for them, because Sen 2 hits them on the ground. So let's say your opponent's got hit by this and think, okay, I'll just stay down. Well, you can't just stay down because the Sen 2 will hit you on the ground. You see what I'm saying? You see your opponent likes to stay down. Yeah, Sen 1 will whiff. But your opponent likes to stay down. Sen 2 will hit them. Similarly, if your opponent tries to side roll, right? Let's say side roll left. That will still hit them, because the initial stomp will catch their roll, and the Sen 2 will catch them as they're trying to roll away. So you can't roll away in this situation. And you might be thinking again, okay, is this just broken? Is there no way out of this situation? There is a way out of the situation, and I'll show you what. The way out is to immediately side tech left or right. Let me show you. If you immediately side tech after getting stomped, that's how you escape. See what I mean? So this isn't an unbeatable setup, but what if I told you there's a way to beat the option that beats your option? That's the next layer. Let me show you. So you can side roll this left or right. So let's say my opponent knows about this and side rolls. Okay, here's what usually happens. What I tend to do is this. So layer 1 is this, right? Layer 1 is this. I will do Sidestep 2, 1 plus 2. If they get hit by it, we're Gucci, right? I'll go for my mix-ups. Everything's cool. Layer 2 is my opponent recognizes this setup and they think, okay, I have to side tech. So Sen 1 plus 2 whiffs. Here's what I then do. This is layer 2. If my opponent side rolls, I will delay Sen 1, and delay Sen 1 will catch them. So by delaying the Sen 1 after the stomp, you will catch their attempt to side roll. See what I mean? So simply side teching is not enough. Because if you side tech and the Lars sees that you try to side tech, yo, Sarvich, what's up? And your opponent sees that you will side tech the setup, that's layer 2. You will then catch them with Sen 1. See what I'm saying? Similarly, if your opponent will always stand up, you can... Man, it's always taking a while. You can delay Sen 2. So if your opponent always stands up after the setup, this is layer 3, then, and they avoid, so remember, I do sidestep 2, stomp 1+2, okay, they avoided it, that's layer 1. Layer 2 is delay Sen 1, so they'll get hit by it, right? Layer 3 is delay Sen 2, because my opponent always stands up. So at layer 3, I've established that, okay, you know how to avoid the 1+2. You know how to stand up and avoid the Sen 1. I can now hit you with Sen 2. See what I mean? So in a situation like this, you've now created multiple layers where simply by doing sidestep 2, you are forcing your opponent to guess as they're standing up. See what I mean? And it all relies on slightly tuned timing. By creating this knockdown situation, you have multiple options depending on if your opponent knows how to react to the knockdown. You see what I'm saying? Right? So the side roll can beat the mid options, but only if you don't delay your timing. And if you delay your timing slightly, there's really no risk, to be honest with you. Because even in the regular one, because let me show you, you might say, well, then why not always delay your timing? You can, because if I delay my timing in the regular one, I'm still safe. So in this situation, I delayed it. I caught them in that situation. But it's possible your opponent can stand up and block. But if you delay the Sen 1, you're safe. It's all good. See what I'm saying? So there's literally no problem. There's really no issue with delaying the timing of the next attack. Does that make sense? Now, once again, to reiterate, for those who are, for the unwashed masses out there, simply mashing really is not the answer to this. Because if you try to mash against it, it's going to be worse. Especially if you remember the Lars has heat. Now, heat, as we know, is the gateway to a lot of shenanigans in this game. So if your opponent tries to mash during the setup, this will counter hit them and give you a guaranteed combo. So if you hit them with a Sen 1, you can cash out for big damage. See what I mean? So mashing get up kick is really not the solution to beat this. You have to side roll after the stomp, and if the Lars does not know how to delay their option, then yeah, you will beat the follow-up. Let me just show you that again so it makes sense, right? So side roll after the stomp to beat the setup. Like that. If you side roll after the stomp, you'll beat it. But delay Sen 1 will hit you. You see what I mean? Like, that's literally how that works, right? I mean, sidestep 2, it's just one of those things that you just do, like as you're doing footsies, as you're just playing the game, right? You just literally want to just mix it in with your options. I'm the sort of person who in a match, I'll be playing, and as I'm sidestepping, because look, here's another fun tutorial. So the thing about sidestep 2 is that being a sidestep move, it's actually got multiple different timings. So you've got sidestep 2 where you instantly just tap up or down 2, right? But you've also got sidestep 2. It's a little subtle, but look, so that's sidestep 2. You've got sidestep 2, but you've also got sidestep 2. Do you see that? You see the different timings? It's quite subtle, but let me show you again. This instant sidestep 2, where I instantly do sidestep plus the button. I do sidestep, wait a second, 2. I do sidestep, wait 2 seconds, 2. See what I mean? So as long as you're in the sidestep motion, the animation of sidestep, at any point if you press 2, the delay can create sidestep 2. So let me show you again. There's sidestep 2, there's sidestep wait, oops, hold on, there's sidestep 2, there's sidestep wait 2, there's sidestep wait twice 2, like that. So sidestep 2 is very, very good at confirming certain situations. You can also do some gimmicky stuff, you can do like that, where you can do the heat dash on it and do like down for 3, down 2 or something gimmicky like that, where it's like that. You can do some really gimmicky stuff like that, for example. I'm now gonna set the CPU gen to do random stuff on wake up, because obviously it's all well and good to show this in action, but let me show you well, in static rather. Let me show you this in action. Let me show you this in a situation where the CPU gen, my opponent, does some random get up stuff, right? So I'm gonna go for 1+2. So that didn't work, right? Didn't work again. They sidewalled. Yeah, so simply always autopiloting it is fine. Oh, I should mention 1+2, because you might be wondering, isn't what about 1+2? So SEN 1+2 is actually safe, right? -9. See what I mean? So SEN 1+2 is completely safe, right? That's why going for the option isn't really too bad, for the sole reason that, like, if they block it, you're fine, right? So in that situation, they got hit. Right, in that situation, they got counter hit, but unfortunately, SEN 3+4, so let me show you. Sorry, DEN 3+4 rather, into SEN 1+2 is not guaranteed because it's too slow. Right? Yeah, so in that situation, they got hit. Right? But let's go for SEN 1 instead. They got counter hit because they missed suppress something getting up. Counter hit again. They got hit standing up. So setting your opponent to shuffle their get up is actually the best way to practice this, because you'll begin to see this really is legit, because a lot of what your opponent does getting up, they tend to get hit. Right? So since I'm seeing the rolls, let me do the delay SEN 1. See? They blocked it. I'm safe. They pressed something getting up and I hit them. You see what I'm saying? It's a legit setup. If they try to mash getting up, or they try to roll at the wrong time, they will get hit by it. So simply delay your timing. Right? In that situation, they block just because it's CPU, but... Right, and I did SEN 2, catching the roll. If I see my opponent rolling, I'll do SEN 2. Right? So, the options are in your favor after sidestep 2. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Like, point is, in conclusion, sidestep 2 knockdown is seriously one of his most powerful tools. Genuinely. Because your opponent is really in a nasty situation. So I want to see more people utilizing it. Because remember, you can do down 1+2. You can also do for FF 3+4. Like, those are both viable options. But in my opinion, for the mix-up potential of that, that's so much better. Know what I'm saying? So hopefully it all makes sense.